All right. See you later.
See you later.
You two blanking me?
Yeah. And you should think yourself lucky you're just being ignored. After what you did to Roy, you should be strung up.
On the other hand, I thought it was very funny. Sleeping with Roy, though. Gruesome.
Oh, not at work. Again.
Don't feel like it today.
When do you feel like it?
Sunita totally ignored me on the street, Bev. Can you believe it?
I can. I think you're going to have to get used to that.
Why?
Roy's popular. People like him.
And they don't like me?
No, love. They don't.
Thought you were at work. I came back from a lunch break. I fell asleep.
I'm not surprised after that shock to your system.
What shock?
An hour's work. Lying down's a waste of good flat hunting time.
Oh, well, baby. You didn't really want it anyway, did you? Okay, well, why don't you come up the road and we'll talk about it here? Okay. I hear a rumour you're looking for stuff.
Well, I'm not, am I? I'm in here having a drink.
You know what I mean?
I know who you mean too, and the answer's no. Why should I let your wife back in my factory?
She paid you back.
You did.
Yeah, on her behalf. Look, Mike, she's so guilty about what happened, she'd never step out of line again. She'll probably be one of the hardest working women in there.
Which doesn't say much.
Exactly. She'll be a grafter. You'll be glad of her.
No, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Well, why not?
Well, I mean, what sort of message would that put out? The rest of them would think I've gone soft.
No, they won't. They think you're a modern and enlightened employer.
Which is the same thing.
Look, Mike, I'm begging you. It's the only job Karen's ever liked. She was happy there. She won't be any trouble, I promise. Especially now she's had all the ambition crushed out of her.
All right. She can start Monday, but I'll have my eye on her. She puts one foot out of line, and she's out.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey, where did you go? You were only going for a 5-minute break.
I had to lie down.
What, and that stopped you from coming back, did it?
Big deal, you coped on your own before.
Yes, I have, and I'm sick of it, you lazy cow. I gave you one last chance, and I meant it. Don't bother coming back tomorrow, because that's it.
You can't do that.
Peter left me in charge. Who's he going to choose? The sloppy mayor who never turns up, or the woman who's been running that shop single-handedly for the last 12 months? Exactly. You're fired.
Oh, we're going to have to break the party up, lads. Looks like the missus needs me, so all friends against tomorrow, yeah?
What are you doing here?
Please, Mum. I need a favour.
When didn't you?
Look, I've messed up.
Again?
Look, this isn't easy. I wouldn't be here unless I was really desperate. Look, I know that you're ashamed of me.
I am.
Look, I need to come home, Mum. I need to be here with you.
You know, I used to think I would forgive you anything. No matter what, I'd never turn you away.
I need your help.
But I was wrong. I know you need me, and I know you're sorry. But I'm sorry too. I don't want to know. You can't stay.
I've got nowhere else to go.
Well, you should have thought of that before you started playing around with other people's lives. You've gone too far this time, Tracy. Now, please, just go.
You think my mum and dad had never made a mistake in their entire life?
We've all made mistakes, but perhaps we haven't been as careless of other people's feelings.
There's no need to lecture me. Whatever you're going to say, I've already said it to myself.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
If I could just turn back the clock, I would, but what's the use?
You don't look very well.
Well, I feel awful.
And do you want to sit out in the street?
No, I don't.
You better come in.
What, into your house?
Well, you said it yourself. You won't get in anywhere else. Come on.
She'll feel hurt and humiliated. The next few days will be the worst of your lives. But you'll get through 'em.
I don't think we will. She'll leave me. I've made a mockery of every promise I ever made to her. She'll leave me, and no one will blame her.
Hayley loves you. She'll stay.
She'll go. And we'll be two lonely people again, misfits the way we were before. I hate what I've done to her. She's happy now. But she'll come back tomorrow and I'll break her heart.
Tracy,
I'm all right.
you've been up there so long, I was beginning to get worried. You look very pale.
I'm fine.
Have you been sick?
Yep.
Let me get you a drop of brandy. It settles the stomach.
Yeah, well, it won't settle mine. Anyway, I think gin is the traditional drink.
Gin?
For ladies in my condition.
What are you talking about?
I bought the kit this morning at the chemist.
What sort of kit do you mean?
You know what sort.
You're pregnant?
Yep. You can be the first to congratulate me, Emily.
But that means...
Yep. I'm pregnant. With Roy Cropper's baby.
You try and get in. Oh, that's early. I thought it'd be tonight. How's your Auntie Marge? I mean, if you want to stay longer, don't worry about me. Right, well, I'll see you tonight then. Yes, I can't wait either. Oh, my love. Bye.
Hayley.
She's coming back. Today. Try to put her off.
She's got to know sometime, Roy.
Yeah, I realise that.
Listen, it'll be all right. Everybody's on your side. She'll see that.
Now, what she'll see is the trust that was between us has been desecrated by me.
Hey, but not because of you.
This must be what the condemned man feels like, waiting for the hangman's knock on the door.
Well, you're not going to die, Roy. Come on.
No. But life as I knew it will come to an end. In fact, you could say it already has.
You have got to snap out of this, Roy.
I don't think you understand. This is the day my marriage is going to end.
Oh, hey up.
Oh, no. Hello, Roy.
Hayley.
I'm back.
Yes.
Oh, it's lovely to see you.
Oh, and you.
Oh, have you missed me?
Very much.
I've been dying for this moment.
Vera's just popped out. We're short-staffed.
Oh, right, I'm sorry. Well, I'll drop my stuff upstairs and I'll come and help. I'm not back to work today.
You go and rest. You must be tired after your journey.
Well, I'll not be a tick. We can talk when Vera gets back, eh?
Right.
Oh, and Roy, I've got a surprise for you later. You're going to love it when you find out. I tell you, the nicest thing of all was my Uncle Pete. He actually started being quite civil to me towards the end.
Well, that's a breakthrough.
I mean, he was still making digs, but they didn't have the nasty edge to him. Still, I suppose it's quite hard to keep it up under them circumstances.
I suppose it is, yes.
Anyway, enough about me. We've hardly spoken these last few weeks. How have you been?
Oh, fine. There is something I've been meaning to...
Roy, sorry. Before I forget, I said I had a surprise for you.
Oh, thank you.
Norris were dying to know what it were.
Norris?
Yeah, I went into the cabin to get some wrapping paper. I told him it was a secret.
What did he say?
Never mind him. Aren't you going to open it?
Oh, yes, sorry. Oh, gloves, that's nice.
They're driving gloves. They're supposed to stop your hands from slipping off the steering wheel.
I'll see.
Try them on. You don't see them so much these days, but I think they look nice on a man. How are the lessons going?
Well, I haven't had many.
Oh, no, like this. They're a bit tight, but they've got the big holes to stop you getting too sweaty.
It's no good, Hayley.
It's all right if you don't like them.
It's not the gloves.
What then?
Something happened while you were away.
What?
It was at Peter and Shelley's reception. You remember, I went to their wedding.
Yeah, you told me.
Well, people were drinking, as they do on these occasions, and so in order to enter the spirit of things, I broke with my usual habit of abstaining.
You mean you had a drink?
Of champagne. 2, actually. Well, 2 that I remember anyway. I'm afraid it went straight to my head and I ended up getting drunk.
Is that it? Right, I thought you were going to tell me something terrible.
There is more, unfortunately. I got talking to Tracy while I was in this condition.
What's she done now?
Now, it is possible that I spoke to her before.
Roy, please just tell me what happened.
Well, in a nutshell, one thing led to another, and I ended up going back to her house where I had relations with her.
You had what?
I committed an act of adultery.
You had sex with Tracy?
Yes. So now you know, and I'm very, very sorry.
No, you've got it wrong. You must have. To tell me again what happened. You got a bit drunk.
Quite a lot drunk, actually. Well, I must have been, because I can't remember anything after dancing with...
And then what?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's all a dreadful blank. Although I do vaguely recall being in a taxi, but the next thing I remember, it was morning and I was waking up in Tracy's bed.
Well, maybe she just took you back to sleep it off.
Hayley.
Perhaps she just lent you a bed so
Hayley,
that you could...
she was in bed with me. I haven't been able to think of anything else since it happened. I mean, I've been dreading telling you. That is to say, well, I haven't wanted to tell you, obviously, because I don't want there to be secrets between us, but I wish you'd say something.
I can't believe you've done this. I thought I knew you. I thought what we had was unbreakable.
Well, it was. It is. Oh, you are quite right to despise me. When I realised what I'd done, there's absolutely no excuse for losing control that way.
Oh, all right, so you wanted to do it all along. You were just stopping yourself.
No, I meant becoming inebriated. If I hadn't done that, none of the rest would have happened. James I was right.
What?
Well, he said drunkenness was the root of all sin.
Even now, at a time like this, you have to resort to your blasted history, and don't try and blame the drink. You must have been attracted to her.
No, Hayley!
That time when we were in the pub, and she was chatting you up, I thought I was rescuing you. But I was just getting in your way, wasn't I?
No.
Handy days. That's probably why she's been so horrible to me. Is that why you encouraged me to go away, so you could both carry on where you left off?
Please, Hayley! I never set out to do any of this. It was Tracy. Apparently, she had some sort of bet with Beverly that she could do it. Ken told me so himself.
You told Ken about this?
No. No, he already knew. The Barlows were at breakfast when I came down the next morning.
They all saw you?
I'm afraid so.
And Norris made some remark and Vita gave him a look. Does everybody know?
It would appear so.
Ah, the newlyweds!
Yeah.
You have not given him his cards yet, then. I say you have not given him his cards yet, then.
Not quite, no. Hiya, Mom.
But thanks very much.
You look wonderful.
Hayley, please don't cry.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot. You find this kind of thing embarrassing, don't you, Roy? Emotional displays, people being physically demonstrative. Unless it's with a proper woman, of course.
I promise you I have never wanted to sleep with anyone but you.
You must have! I might not be very experienced, but I know that you can't make a man do something like that unless he wants to. Just be honest with me, Roy. You owe me that at least.
Well, all I can say is that I didn't think I wanted to. No, well, obviously I must have done. It's as big a shock to me as it is to you.
Don't you dare try and make out that you're as hurt by this as I am.
Well, I'm not surprised they've thrown you out. I mean, come on, what did you expect?
Well, I only did it for a laugh. I didn't realise that everybody was going to get so upset about it.
Tracy, people round here happen to like the croppers, and that includes Shelley, so if you're thinking of staying on here, honestly, really, forget it.
Please, Peter. Just for a little bit longer till I sort myself out. But I am desperate. I got no mates. Even my own family have turned against me. Look, please don't do that to me and all.
Hey. Come on, it's not that bad, is it? Is it?
Yes. If you knew. Look, maybe I shouldn't have done what I did. But I am paying for it now, you believe me.
Well, I'll have a word with Shell then.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
But I'm not promising anything, okay?
He told you what she's done?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go in there.
No, hang on, love. Look, she's already gone. She's gone out the back way.
Cook face felt well, I'm not surprised. Hope you told her what you thought of her.
Well, yeah, of course I did. But look, she has already been punished for what she's done. My dad and Deirdre kicked her out.
Good, good. Serves her right.
Yeah, so your mum's been letting us stay here for a bit, which is very kind of you, Bev, Tracy.
What? Oh, well, I couldn't help feeling a bit sorry for her. It's the croppers you should be feeling sorry for, not her.
So there's no chance of us staying a bit longer then? No, just said I'd ask.
Well, is there anything else you've been up to that I should know about, hmm? Well, actually...
All done.
You know, all the time I was away, I couldn't wait to get home. I thought about you every night, worried about you, wondered how you were coping on your own. And all the time...
Please. Don't.
Don't? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I rub your nose in what you've done? Just give me one good reason why I shouldn't walk out of here right now.
I can't. I can only tell you how bitterly I regret all this. How you were and always will be the only woman in my life. Without you, I am directionless. Like a man without a compass. Lost.
Which historical figure said that?
No. That was me. Trying rather badly to express, well, how much I love you and how scared I am at the prospect of losing you.
I'm not saying that it's all your fault. I know it's not. If I hadn't shown her up in the pub that time, maybe none of this would have happened. She probably just wants to get her own back by splitting us up.
Has she?
I don't know.
I realise that there's no excuse for any of this. But all sorts of things are committed under the influence of alcohol, aren't they? Things that, well, people in their right mind would never do, but afterwards regret. I can only say that if I'd had any awareness of what was going on, I'd have put a stop to it there and then. I'd have never have risked
Are you sure that you can't remember anything? Are you just saying that?
No.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe this is just her trying to get a revenge. Remember when you thought that Bev was after you and it turned out to be a joke? Well, maybe this is just the same thing. You said yourself that Tracy had a bet with Bev.
I'm not quite sure what you're getting at.
Maybe you can't remember because there's nothing to remember.
Oh, if it's not one thing, it's another. Look, Peter's told me, and the answer is no.
You what?
Look, Tracy, we just think it's for the best.
We? More like.
All right, look, hold on, steady on.
Really got him under your thumb, haven't you?
I think you better pack your bags, love.
Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm going to. I didn't want to stay in a dingy little pub anyway.
Honestly, Roy, it all fits. You must have passed out and Tracy must have put you in bed with her just to win the bet.
Well, I suppose that might be the case.
The whole thing's just some vindictive little trick to get her own back. Don't you see, Roy? You didn't do anything.
No proof of that, though, have we?
No, but we're going to get some. We're going to go around there and we're going to get her to admit it. Then we can put this whole nasty business behind us.
Are you sure that's wise? I mean, what if... I'm not saying that it is, but what if it turns out to be true?
Tracy, they've not thrown you out.
Yeah. Well, Shelley asked me to pack my bags and Peter just stood there and let her, so that's all my family hate me now.
Oh, that's not true. It's so awkward for them, that's all. Maybe if you explain, but...
No. No, I don't want them sticking their oar in.
Oh, so you're off then?
Yeah, back to London. Well, at least I've got some friends there. You know, I should never have come back here in the first place.
Well, that's one thing we agree on.
Please.
I'm sorry, Emily, but she's caused nothing but trouble ever since she came here.
When I think what you've done to Roy and Hayley, I'm ashamed to call you my daughter. Come on, Kat.
See? Oh. I'm so sorry it's come to this.
At least I had you standing by me, Emily. You know, I couldn't have done this without you.
And what will you do about the baby?
I don't know. You know, I can't even think straight at the moment.
I hope you make the right decision. Well, good luck. And take care.
Tracy! Tracy, wait! I need to talk to you. Tracy! Where's she gone?
London. She's moving back there.
No, she can't leave us like this.
Well, maybe it's for the best. Perhaps now that she's gone, we could try to put all this behind us. And after all, as you say, if nothing really happened...
Exactly, Roy. If. Can't you see I can't live with that? I needed to know, and now I never will. How are we ever going to put this behind us now? Roy, look at me. I'd much rather you just came out with it and told me.
Look, I've told you everything I know. Everything. You don't believe me, do you?
I don't believe that you can't remember. No, I'm sorry. I nipped things in the bud where the girls were concerned. Told them straight off.
Ah, good for you.
Oh, and Angela and Fizz were ever so sweet. Gave me a little pep talk when I cut my finger.
You didn't say you cut yourself?
Oh, tiny little nick.
Do you have a tetanus?
All I needed were a plaster. You know, it's funny, but when I left for work this morning, I felt like I didn't know how I was going to get through the day, and now, I don't know, things don't seem so bad.
I wish I felt the same.
Why do you say that?
It's bad enough that I betrayed you, but to find you don't believe my version of events.
I didn't exactly say that,
Yes,
Roy.
you did, Hayley. And the one thing I've clung to since that awful night is that, well, if I just tell the truth, if I confess to everything, then maybe there's a chance for us.
And there is.
No. You trusted me completely. And now that trust is gone.
No.
Yes, Hayley. I think it's best if I move out.
So, what's happening? Are you still in London?
Listen, I was thinking, if I was to come back home, would that be all right?
No. I think you've still got a lot of apologising to do, don't you?
Look, I can do that.
Tracy, I'm serious. Your dad's still really upset about what happened, and for that matter, so am I. Don't make any plans for the moment. Just stay in London. I'll have a talk to him.
Well, how long are you going to be?
I don't know how long.
Can you talk to him now?
Well, I can try, but even then,
Right, and then you'll phone me on my mobile.
I suppose so.
Oh, thanks, Mum. Look, I'm relying on you. Bye.
Bye.
Not dragging you away from anything else.
Oh, here's one I could apply for.
Hello.
Look, I know you think I'm a terrible person, but I'm still your daughter. So it's all right if I stop, is it? At least for tonight? Well, it's going to have to be because I've got nowhere else to go. I'll take my stuff up.
Well, is that it? She just marches in here after all she's done, and we let her.
What do you want to do?
No apology.
Give her a chance.
Not even the pretense of an apology, and we just roll over and play dead. Oh, come on, dear Grace.
Do you want to chuck her out?
That's exactly what I want to do. But I know I'm in a minority of one.
Look, I told her that we weren't ready to have her back.
Not loud enough.
When I thought she was still in London, but she's here now. At least when she's here, we can keep an eye on what she's getting up to.
Oh, yeah, like we did on the night of Peter and Shelley's wedding when she bedded Roy Cropper under our noses.
Look, Ken, I'm not defending
Who'll
what
be
she
up the
did.
stairs next, I wonder? Fred Elliott, Norris Cole?
Yeah, all right,
Yeah, oh,
Ken.
what the heck? Why don't you ring Mike Baldwin and see if he's free?
Oh, cheers.
You've been, what's the medical term? As well as can be expected. No, better than that. Hayley's ventured out to Tapestry for the first time in weeks.
Oh, good, good.
I'm hoping people will forget the gossip now and allow us to get on with our lives. And I feel that time is not far off.
I'm afraid the prodigal has returned unexpectedly.
And you have killed the fatted calf.
Oh, far from it.
I've never understood that parable. Rewarding bad behaviour. Where's the lesson in that?
Oh, hope you don't think that we're rewarding Tracy.
Well, you're hardly censuring her.
Well, she's our daughter, and right or wrong, we couldn't see her on the street.
Oh, we both know it would never come to that. Tracy fell in the air while she'd come up smelling of roses.
I'm sorry. That's all I can say.
What's Hayley going to say? That's the question.
You pack your bags and you go.
Come on. What is it? Ambulance, please. Even if she is pregnant, there is no way that baby could be yours. No way. Not in a million years. She just said it to hurt us. What do you think? Roy, say something. Roy, it couldn't be your baby, could it?
Roy, you do first aid, don't you?
What?
It's Bethany. I think she's been electrocuted. I can't get her to wake up. I don't know what to do.
Have you rang an ambulance?
He's on his way, but what if he's late? I don't know what to do.
Come down, let me in. You better go and tell Sarah.
Oh, Sarah. Oh, sorry.
Where have you been?
Sarah, I've just seen Todd.
Was he wondering where I am?
Sarah, it's Bethany. She's had an accident.
What kind of accident?
Todd says she's been electrocuted.
Oh, my God!
No, listen, I'm sure she's going to be okay, but you better get over there.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you.
Now be careful with her. She might be concussed.
Hey, it's okay, Beth. Your mum will be here soon, don't worry.
Now, we need to keep that burn clean until the ambulance gets
What
here.
happened?
No, it's okay now. Roy sorted it.
Give her here.
Now, be careful with her head.
Sweetheart. Oh, what happened to her?
I don't know. She was playing in the corner. Next thing I know, there's a bang and she's lying on the floor unconscious.
Unconscious? Oh, sweetheart, it's okay. I'm here now, darling. Oh, baby.
I'm so worried about her, Mum. She's 16. An unmarried mother living in a flat above a bookmaker's.
Well, 5 passes isn't bad.
Well, that's not good, Mum.
I'm so sorry about this, throwing you all out. It's my goddaughter, you see.
Is she all right?
Yeah, I think so. She's in safe hands.
Good. Give her all love. Come on, Joshua. Let's go for a walk in the park.
How did it happen?
What, Bethany's accident?
Yeah.
Well, it seems she touched some exposed wires, threw herself across the room, banged her head and knocked herself out. Must have been a very nasty shock.
I hope she'll be all right.
What, me too?
I'm sure she will be.
Yes.
Shall we go in?
Well, I think I should go and see Gail first. She'll want to know.
Okay, well, I'll come with you.
Well, one of us will need to stay here.
Oh, no, there's nobody in there. I've thrown them all out.
Why?
I thought we needed some privacy. We've a lot to discuss.
Well, I need to see Gail first.
Well, come on then. I've got to be back at work in half an hour. We can talk on way.
You're not a bad time to eat with everything that's been going on.
I'm not very hungry.
Well, nevertheless, once we've done this, I'll make you a sandwich before you go back.
Okay.
What would you like?
Anything.
Tuna.
Fine.
I could do you a jacket potato.
Roy, we can't pretend that this hasn't happened.
I know.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. It's a lot to take on board at the moment. It's not a position I ever thought I'd find myself in. I'm not trying to avoid the subject, Hayley. It's just that I don't know what to say. Well, except I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, hello.
What about this weather, eh?
Glorious.
What exactly were you apologising for, Anne?
This terrible mess that I've got us into.
She's got us into.
Oh, that's David, forgotten his key again. I dread to think what his exam results will be like when he takes them.
From the moment they're born, they're a worry to you, aren't they?
But the truth is, we have to face up to the fact that if Tracy is pregnant, I could be the father.
Oh, no. Oh, Hayley, hello. What's the matter?
Let's get her in.
Yes, she is. She's in the kitchen. Come in.
What's happened?
It's nothing to worry about. She's all right now.
Who is?
Bethany, she's had an accident, electric shock.
Are you sure you're telling me the whole truth?
I'd never lie to you, Hayley.
So why didn't you tell me that you knew that Tracy were back?
That wasn't a lie. I was just waiting for the right moment.
And are you waiting for the right moment now? The moment when you tell me exactly what happened that night?
I have told you. I don't remember.
If you were too drunk to remember anything, then you must have been too drunk to do anything. I don't even believe you were capable of doing anything.
Why?
It's not in your nature.
Ken Barlow said the same thing.
And he's right.
So, what do you think my nature is? I know other people think I'm a bit odd, but you are my wife. You know me.
I know you better than anyone.
I can get carried away.
No, you can't.
What about that cuddle on the couch the other week? I knocked the Scrabble board over. We hadn't even finished the game. We're missing that letter Q ever since.
Roy, you were a good and kind and gentle man, and you could not have done this thing.
I wish I had your faith in me.
Why don't you?
Because?
Because what?
Because I know what I think about sometimes.
Think about?
I don't give in to my passions very easily, but that doesn't mean that I haven't got blood in my veins. My nature is human nature. I have the same primitive urges as everyone else. Can't be helped. It's programmed into us. It's about the survival of the species. Now, I want to believe that I didn't give in to temptation that night, that I would never give in under any circumstances. But alcohol lowers the inhibitions. It alters the chemistry in your brain, but it doesn't change the basic animal instinct for procreation. Now, all I know is I went to bed drunk and I woke up naked next to a beautiful young woman.
And I'm not beautiful, or young, or a woman even. Is that what you're saying?
Now, you're the most beautiful thing in the world to me.
You want that baby?
I don't. I want you.
You liar! You want that baby? Survival of the species, animal instincts. You want that baby?
I'm sorry.
How could you do this to me after everything I've been through? The ridicule, the suffering. How could you betray me like this?
I'm sorry.
How could you do this to me, Roy?
I've tidied up down there. I thought I'd give you some time on your own. Have you phoned work?
No.
Shall I do it for you?
Oh, for God's sake, Roy, I've got more important things to worry about.
Sorry.
I've been thinking. You are a man who won't even get behind the wheel of a moving car until he's memorised the highway code from start to finish. You put rubber gloves on to take the bin bags out. You're the most safety-conscious, cautious man I've ever met. Even if you did give in to your animal instincts, I can't believe that you wouldn't use protection. Unless you did it on purpose. Unless that evil woman got you drunk, put you in bed with her to win the bet, and while you were there, you thought, this is probably the only chance I'm ever going to get to be a father. So you took it. You took your chance. Deliberately, on purpose. Is that what happened, Roy?
I swear to you, on little Bethany's life, on the life of our little goddaughter who is in hospital at this minute, I swear to you, I don't remember what happened.
You know what I think?
What?
I think that you knew what you were doing all the time. And afterwards you were so ashamed of yourself that you blanked it out of your memory. People do that sometimes, don't they?
It is a recognised neurological phenomenon, yes.
Is that what happened, Roy?
I don't know.
You want a child, don't you?
We both want children, Hayley. That's why we try to adopt.
But I can't have them. I can never be the woman you want me to be.
You're exactly the woman I want you to be.
I think I should leave.
For work?
For good.
You can't forgive me?
Oh, it's not about forgiving you, Roy.
Well, I can't forgive myself. I don't see why you should forgive me.
It's not about that. Ever since I first met you, I've always feared that I could never make you truly happy. I've been terrified that one day I'd find out that you wanted more than I could give.
I don't.
Roy, you've admitted it. And on the night of Shelley's wedding, you proved it.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to pack my bags.
Look, it's me that's let you down. It should be me that packs my bags.
Roy, I can't stay here. I can't stay and watch another woman bring up your child. I'm going. You know, I doubt I'll ever find another man like you, Roy. If I leave now, I'll spend the rest of my life a single woman.
Well, then stay.
Not stay because there's no one else.
Stay because I want you to stay.
I've been this photo once. You retrieved it, framed it, gave it back to me. Said that one day I might be proud of who I am. And you were right. I am proud. I was born with problems and I've overcome them. I've been laughed at, I've been insulted, I've had to have surgery, medication. If I don't take these, I risk osteoporosis and a beard. When I do take them, I risk a blood clot that could kill me. After the operation, I was on other pills that made me want to go to the toilet a lot. And at work I had to fight tooth and nail just to be allowed to use the ladies, but I did it. I won. Or at least I thought I had. Thought I'd been accepted.
You have.
But it's always there, isn't it? Lurking beneath the surface.
It's just not an issue anymore, Hayley.
It's an issue for me. It's the only issue. Every single morning of my life I have to take one of these pills. I go to my auntie's and I get constant cracks from my Uncle Bert about leaving the toilet seat down. It's the reason that Tracy says such horrible things to me and wants to hurt me. And it's the reason you slept with her.
It's not.
You've admitted it, Roy. You admitted you were attracted to her and you thought about sleeping with her.
No, it's not.
It's what you meant.
Not her specifically.
Who then?
Don't you ever think about other men?
Not in the way you meant.
Well, I couldn't think of you like that.
Oh, so I'm not good enough.
I couldn't defile you in that way. I think too much of you.
If I stayed now, Roy, it'd be through fear. Fear of being on my own. But I'm not afraid. I've felt as though I were alone most of my life. I went to Holland to face the most frightening surgery I could think of, and I did it on my own. I'm not so insecure that I have to put up with you betraying me, Roy Cropper. I'm not going to stay because I've no other choice. I am proud of who I am, and I can survive without you. Right, I'm ready.
Do you want to take this with you?
No, and I won't be needing these either.
Well, let me take your bags downstairs for
No,
you.
no, I can manage. I'd rather say goodbye here.
Oh, I'm proud of you. I love you. Please don't go.
I'm sorry, Roy. I've made my decision. I've got to go. Go now. Goodbye.
Bye. Hayley?
Roy, are you coming down? Roy, it's getting busy down there. We've no change for it too.
It's open.
You've not topped up the floats.
Put up a sign. Correct money only. 2 hours incorrect.
You and Hayley were up all night talking. You can't be out left to say.
Actually, we weren't. She was bottling it all up.
So me spending the night in the Rovers, keeping my head down, total waste of time, was it?
Well, you weren't exactly complaining.
And our Craig sacrificing his bed?
She's in Sheffield. It's hardly a sacrifice.
All the same. Hope you changed the sheets.
I pretend I didn't hear that. Tommy. She's in bits. It's only a few hours.
A few hours that our Katie's at work and Craig's off our hands. How often does that happen?
Yeah, we do something this afternoon.
I fancied a walk, pub lunch. I mean, by the time we get there, everything will be shut.
11 o'clock. You should have woken me.
You needed your beauty sleep.
I heard you up and down in the night. Oh, me and my bladder. I'm sorry. Did I disturb you? No, not at all.
I might as well shoot up the reservoir.
See you when you get back, then. What time?
Dunno.
Don't let me stop you going out. Oh, you know, we'll do something later, you know, blow the cobwebs away.
That's what bank holidays are for. Spend time with your family. See ya.
Bye. I feel awful. Yeah, well, that's starvation setting in. What can I get you? Coffee, cereal, bacon, butty? I'm in the way. No, you're not. But you are being too polite about everything. There's no need to protect me. There's no need to protect Roy. Coffee would be lovely. And a round toast if you've got one. What do you want?
I need to speak to you.
Yeah, well, I don't want to speak to you. I said I've nothing to say to you, Roy.
Well, try listening.
Who is it, Tracy?
No one.
We could do this over a drink.
What, in the Rovers?
Try to be civilised for once.
Look, I don't want to be seen with you.
I would say being seen is the least of your problems.
Well, cut to the chase, Roy, and get my nails done in half an hour.
I've lost everything because of what's happened. Hayley's walked out on me for good. I've lost my other half, my soulmate.
Look, if you're trying to guilt trip me, forget it.
Also my reputation, which might not mean much to you.
Yeah, because this has done wonders for mine.
But which counts for a great deal in my eyes. The temptation is to abandon ship.
Yeah, well, you're a man who gives in to temptation.
But for one important factor. Our mutual baby. I want you to know that whatever happens, I am here for our child. Financially, emotionally.
Forget it.
Spiritually.
I said forget it.
I take my responsibilities seriously, Tracy.
Me and all. You think I'd unleash some freak of yours onto society? No, I'm getting rid of it. ASAP. If your ship's on the rocks, mate, don't mind me. Jump.
You couldn't, could you? Happens for a cup of tea. I need exact times only. But gas. Oh, here he is. The main man himself. Roy, tell me you've been to the bank, will you? I've got him out like a nomad's flip-flop, and Vera won't take an eye over you.
Look, I'm not authorised to start giving stock away. Talking of which, you're down to your last bag of frozen chips. And you're right out of Piccadilly.
Try Starbucks. McDonald's, KFC, Jackson's Chippy do a very nice takeaway tea. Well, thick enough to stand your spoon in.
We're not casting aspersions, Roy.
Yeah, but the convenience. I mean, that's what counts these days, isn't it? I mean, if it's not convenient, cull it. Ditch it, flush it out. I'm sorry to inconvenience you, but we're shutting shop.
Hey?
Thank you for your custom. Goodbye.
Hey, Roy, look, calm down. Hey, don't get all shirty.
Wake up, smell the coffee. We're closed.
Leave him. I always knew he was a borderline basket case.
Yeah, what you doing? I've given up my bank holiday and I should have double time.
Yes, you're quite right. Here we are. An instant fix. Yes, we're like that.
Here, there's too much here.
Have a holiday. Take a week.
Oh.
Here, take a fortnight. Put your feet up with a skinny latte.
Oh.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Is that a bother with the jumper?
I would. It might get chilly after 3 hours.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to take a spare. Even if it's just to sit on, save me bum getting numb.
I knew you were going somewhere special. Blue eyeshadow's out again.
What's wrong with blue eyeshadow?
No, it was very nice. 1978.
Shall I bother asking?
I wouldn't.
Spot of culture, midsummer night's dream in the park. Can we tempt you?
As soon as stick pins in my eyes. Are you sure that's where you want to live? Amsterdam?
I want to live on Victoria Street.
Oh, at least wait while Tommy gets back, then he can take you to the airport.
Honestly, I'm happy here on bus. You've been a good friend to me. Say goodbye to all girls from me. In fact, give Fizz my shears, will you? She's had her eye on him for years.
Are you sure you don't want to give her this yourself?
And make me mascara, no way.
One last thing, promise. Say goodbye to Roy.
We said our goodbyes last night.
Yeah, but last night you had a chance of sorting things out. Now you're going for good.
It's too late.
Hayley! Hayley. Now, is it true what I've heard?
Is what true?
That you and your Roy are going on holiday?
Oh, no, not really.
Right, well, Peter Barlow rings. He's just seen our Vera in there throwing money around.
That doesn't sound like Vera.
Well, according to Peter, your Roy has given her 2 weeks holiday pay. 2 weeks' money in her hand. Doesn't have to do a tap for it because he's closing up.
That doesn't sound like Roy.
Well, he threw everybody out of the cafe this morning, according to Peter Barlow. And is he telling me all that just so he can get rid of me?
I don't know.
But he is that tricky swine. Oh, I'm so sorry. You see, I had a couple of nice winners this morning. Oh, I was on a roll. Mind you, what's the bags for?
Oh, well, Roy's had a lot on his plate recently. He needed a bit of a break.
It might be true, then. I better get over to that pub and help her spend the money, eh? Because if I've got to put up with her face for a fortnight, I'm entitled to my share.
With the kids out of the way, we could have done out today. It's not that we get that many days off together.
Tommy, she needed help.
She's had help. You've put a roof over her head. You've sacrificed our bank holiday for her, so let's just forget it, eh? Oh, and in future, I'd like to be consulted before you start taking people in off the streets.
What, like you consulted me when you had Martin in?
That's different.
Why, because he's one of the lads?
Well, he keeps on the settee for a start.
Only because I want a bed.
Can you imagine what our Craig's going to think when he gets back from Sheffield and he finds the likes of Hayley Cropper's been sleeping in his bed?
Oi, what do you mean, the likes of?
You know what I mean.
Well, you think he's going to catch something, do you? Think your son and Air's going to wake up one morning and suddenly want to go shopping and shave his legs?
No.
Hayley was my first and best friend when we came here. She's got heart of gold and she's welcome in this house any time.
Listen, I've got naught against Hayley.
Not much you want.
I haven't. She's a nice person, but she's gone. And we're back at work tomorrow, so let's just forget it. Oh, and from now on, she's just a name on your Christmas card list.
It's just as well you're not coming down. My bus is due in a minute.
Is that the 12 minutes past?
Yeah.
You haven't got much time left.
No. Don't you want to know where I'm going?
Wherever it is, I hope you'll be very happy.
Amsterdam. I'm going to Amsterdam. I'm going to start a new life over there.
Good.
I'm surprised you're not asking me for the address.
I won't be following you over this time if that's what you're worried about.
About Hayley.
I'm worried about getting my mail forwarded.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, but...
Well, like you say, Angela will probably look after it.
But you won't.
I might not be here.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Look, Hayley.
There's something I want you to always remember.
What?
All of this, none of it is your fault.
I know.
Whatever happens, you mustn't blame yourself.
I don't.
It's all my fault. You're doing the right thing. You're better off without me.
I never thought I'd find a woman who would make me truly happy. But I did. You've always been the only thing I've ever wanted.
If that was true...
Oh, it is true.
I don't know what happened with Tracy. And I don't know how it happened. But I accept full responsibility for that. And I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that I hurt you. And I'm sorry that I've destroyed our marriage.
So, well, just forget about me. Because I don't deserve you.
That's me, boss.
Oh, it's early. Can't be much traffic on the road
today.
Oh, hold on a minute, please. Thank you. I'll have to go, Lloyd.
I know.
So this is it?
Yeah, yes, I know.
We might never see each other again.
We won't.
You sound quite sure about it.
Goodbye, Hayley.
Goodbye, Roy.
I love you.
All right, I'm coming.
Catch the bus, Hayley. You've got to go. It's for the best.
Goodbye, Roy. Sarah!
Oh, hiya! She got out of hospital this morning, so everything's fine now.
Oh, good. That's good news.
And I just want to say thank you for all your help.
Don't mention it, Sarah. I was wondering, have you seen Roy at all today?
Yeah? So you're going on your holidays then?
I'm going away, yeah.
Well, Roy was very mysterious about it before. So where are you going?
Oh, to Amsterdam.
Oh, Amsterdam for 2 weeks. You'd have thought he was going forever the way he was saying goodbye.
What do you mean?
Oh, when he came round to the flat earlier, he was acting a bit weird.
In what way?
I don't know. You know, like emotional, like shaking hands, wishing us good luck. I think Beth's accident got to him a bit. Mind you, he's not the only one.
How do you mean, got to him?
Well, like in a good way. He's giving me 2 weeks' wages in advance, so I'm going to go into town tomorrow and get something nice for Beth.
He's given Vera 2 weeks' wages as well.
Yeah, good, isn't it? He gets the holiday, me and Vera get the holiday pay. We would have kept the cafe open for him if he'd asked.
He should be open now.
Yeah, I know. Still, I'm not complaining. See you later.
I'd make a terrible mother.
I think most women think that before they actually have their baby.
I don't think it, I know it.
Oh, how can you know it?
And you know it too. You said as much last week.
In the heat of the moment, I didn't mean it.
It was hardly surprising with my role model.
Deirdre's always done her best for you.
She's done what's best for herself. She don't give a damn about me.
That's not true.
If it isn't true, then why did she drive my father away?
She didn't.
I haven't seen him since I was 18 months old. I haven't got a single memory of him.
Well, that's not her fault.
Oh, and then when it was Ken's turn to be my dad, she drove him away and all. She couldn't keep hold of a man if he came with a handle on his back.
Well, they're back together again now.
It's one of the many things I've inherited off her.
Oh, stop feeling sorry for yourself, Tracy. Deirdre and Ken both care a great deal about you.
Oh, they tolerate me at best. Can you imagine what it's like having to listen to them moralising and pontificating and telling me how to behave? I'm no angel. I know that. But growing up and listening to their arguing and backstabbing, is it any wonder? Oh, and before they decided to settle for each other again, let's not forget husband number 3. Samir. I mean, that was different. She wasn't with him long enough to drive him away, so I got the blame. As if it was my fault I took that dodgy E. My fault my kidney packed in and then he got mugged.
Oh, you're exaggerating. She doesn't blame you for that.
She said it to my face.
In the depth of her grief, maybe.
That's no excuse. She still said it. To her own daughter. You don't forget things like that, Emily. She thinks it all the time. I can see it in her eyes. Shame and disappointment.
Just because she misses him, it doesn't mean...
She hasn't got a maternal bone in her body. And if I haven't, if I do things I shouldn't do, it's hardly surprising with her as a mother. If she'd got rid of me, like I'm going to get rid of this, it would have saved a lot of people a lot of misery.
Roy! Roy! Roy, open the door! I know you're in there! Roy! Oh my God! Roy! Roy! Where are you, Roy?
What are you doing here?
How many have you taken?
You should have gone by now.
How many have you taken?
Enough.
When?
20 minutes ago.
Right, well, we've still got time. You can't have digested much. We need to make you sick, and then we need to get you to hospital.
I'm sorry, you weren't meant to be here for all this.
Oh, and that makes it okay, does it?
Well, I was hoping to do it with as little fuss as possible.
All the time we were saying goodbye on the phone, you were stood there with an overdose in you.
Haven't you got a plane to catch?
I knew there was something up. I knew it.
Hayley, I think it's better if you go.
Go? How can I go, you stupid, selfish idiot of a man?
Well, I realise, technically speaking, your arrival places you in a bit of a legal predicament.
Shut up and drink this.
I don't want to.
Drink it.
I don't want to cause you any more trouble.
Oh,
Hayley.
no, you don't want to cause anyone any trouble, do you, Roy?
No.
No, that's why Sarah and Vera have been paid off. That's why there's a note on the door for Mr. Graham. Who is he, by the way?
He's an estate agent. I gave him your keys and asked him to call round tomorrow.
Oh, very thoughtful of you. Not only a note telling him to stay downstairs and call the police, but a 20p piece and the number of the Samaritans.
I didn't want to cause him any undue traumatic stress.
But what about my traumatic stress?
I thought you'd be gone.
And what, that I'd never find out? Pick it up and drink it!
I don't want to. I've made my decision.
Oh, how dare you?
I think it's for the best.
How dare you do this to me? How dare you do it to Tracy and that child of yours?
You don't understand.
After everything I've been through, do you think I've never thought about this? Do you think it never occurred to me? How could you even contemplate burdening me with this, you selfish pig?
I never meant to burden you with anything.
Drink the water, Roy.
I told you not to blame yourself.
How could I not do? How could Tracy not do? If I'd have left, you wouldn't be doing this. If Tracy hadn't slept with you, you wouldn't.
I take full responsibility for both of those things.
And what about the baby? Put yourself in the baby's shoes.
I have done.
When my dad found out about me, he killed himself. What kind of a thing is that to saddle a child with?
It won't affect the baby.
Your dad only had to walk out on you. He only had to leave and it destroyed your self-esteem. How much worse is this?
I've already ruined it for the baby just by being me.
That baby needs a father. It needs you.
In a few days' time, it won't even exist. Tracy's having an abortion. Long ago, I came to terms with the fact that I'd never be a father. Long ago. You and I. We were happy, that's what mattered. Then in one stupid, selfish animal act that I can't even remember, I created a life. I ruined your life and my life in the process, but nevertheless, I created a life. The responsibility, Hayley. The feeling, it's awesome. Awesome in the dictionary definition of the word. And now Tracy is going to put an end to that life. And it's not difficult to see why. She's ashamed. She can't face the prospect of bringing up my child, and who can blame her? I'm a laughingstock, I always have been. The sort of man that a child would be ashamed to call dad. And this child won't even get the chance. I've lost my self-respect. I've lost my integrity. I've lost my good name. I've lost the only woman I'll ever love and the only child I'll ever have. And I deserve to lose them all. And knowing that, I don't see how I can carry on.
So you just thought you'd slip quietly away and not cause anyone any more trouble?
That was the plan.
Are you really that stupid? Did you really think that that was possible?
Well, now you've turned up.
There's nothing to do with me turning up.
Well, it's complicated matters.
It's not complicated, Roy. It's simple. If you killed yourself, I'd suffer from it for the rest of my life.
I never meant you to suffer.
No?
No!
Well, then it must be Tracy you want to suffer. You didn't even give me a second thought.
I don't want anyone to suffer.
Oh, deep down you must do. Oh, despite all your careful and considerate planning, this is just a cheap and nasty way of getting even, and you didn't even give me a second thought.
I'm sorry, Hayley.
You're better than this, Roy. Now get this down you and get on with your life.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening to me lately. Big things like this.
I don't want to hear it now, Roy.
I keep doing the wrong thing all the time. It's as if I'm at the mercy.
Have you decided to live?
It's as if I'm
Do
at
you
the
want
mercy.
to live?
Yes, but I need to explain.
Explain later. Be sick now. Here, where I can see you.
You know, I could have done a bit better when they were handing out the parents, but I've got no complaints about my godmother.
Tracy, you've got to stop blaming Ken and Deirdre for everything that goes wrong in your life.
I don't, not for everything.
But they're good people and they love you. They've never rejected you. They never will.
It was only 4 weeks ago when they last threw me out.
Didn't you deserve that? Just a little bit.
What, for bringing a man home?
How are you feeling?
Okay. I don't think that will be necessary. I think I've got it all up now.
If you're wrong, you'll die in agony and it'll take days. I think we'll let the hospital confirm that, don't you? In the meantime, we've got 5 minutes before your taxi comes, so... How does it come to this, Roy?
I don't know.
Tracy's not getting rid of that baby because of anything to do with you. She's doing it for her own convenience. She's the kind of woman who sleeps with men for a bet. She's a trollop. She's probably had 6 abortions. You can blame yourself for us splitting up. You can blame yourself for getting her pregnant, but the abortion's her decision. You'd support her, wouldn't you, if she had the baby?
Oh, yes.
Have you told her?
Yes.
And she's still determined to go ahead with it?
There's nothing I can do to stop her.
Yeah.
Thank you. Look, you can go now, Hayley. I realise how stupid I've been, and I'm sorry to have put you through it. I will never try it again, I promise you.
Drink it, Roy.
Well, I will, and I'll take myself to the hospital, but if you don't go now, you'll miss your plane.
I'm not going anywhere.
Does this mean that you might find it within your heart to forgive me?
You must be joking. Betraying me with Tracy were one thing, but this is worse. Much worse. The worst thing you've ever done or ever could do. And if you think that attempted suicide's a good way of getting back with someone, you've got another thing coming.
I'm sorry.
So you should be.
I got it wrong again.
I'll stick around for a few days after I've taken you to the hospital, but it won't be because we're getting back together.
Why will it be?
Because, despite your low opinion of yourself, I happen to think you'll make a great father. And I think your baby deserves a chance. So if you're going to persuade Tracy not to have the abortion, if you're going to save your baby's life, I think you're going to need all the help you can get.
Talk about persistent. Like a couple of Bible bashers. Actually, you look like a couple of Bible bashers. Well, go and save someone else, will you?
It's Roy's child we want to save. Your child.
It's not a child. It's a fetus. A bunch of cells, a tumour that I want to get rid of. If that sounds cold and heartless, that's because I am.
Well, I don't believe that, Tracy. I believe that you're confused and upset.
How come you're doing all the talking? I thought you guys had split up.
Look, can we stick to the matter in hand? We're here to talk about the baby.
There's nothing to talk about. I've made my decision. My decision.
I'm the baby's father.
No, Tracy's right. It is your decision. Nobody's questioning that. If you're absolutely sure you don't want to keep it, then there's nothing more to say.
Yeah, well, I don't. So you can see yourselves out.
But if there's the slightest doubt in your mind...
There isn't.
I take it you don't ever want to have children?
No. Well, possibly one day. Yeah, but not now, not with him.
So you must feel just a twinge of sadness?
Look, it would mean an awful lot to me if you could reconsider your decision.
Look, I'm not in the habit of doing good deeds, Roy. Hadn't you noticed?
I would do everything I could to help support you during the pregnancy.
What, you and me down the antenatal clinic? Can't see it somehow.
And after the child was born, I would take full responsibility for its upbringing. That is, unless you wish to be involved.
Of course, you'd always be its mother.
You could be involved as much or as little as you wished. This is the only chance that I'll ever have to be a father. If I could carry the baby myself, I would.
Look, I've already made my appointment at the clinic.
Doesn't mean you have to go through with it.
Yeah, well, I am. And after listening to your plans, I reckon I'm doing the kid a favour.
It's Tracy.
I've been thinking about what you said earlier.
Look, take a seat. Would you like a drink?
It got me thinking. I was so sure in my mind what I wanted to do.
And now you're not.
I don't want to be pregnant. I can't bring up a child.
It's only natural that you're apprehensive.
I'd make a terrible mother. Well, that's why I want rid of it. For the child's sake.
There is something of a contradiction there.
I know. And I know how you must feel, both of you. What with you not being able to have kids of your own. I'm not completely heartless.
Well, like I said, I would do everything possible to help support you and the child.
Even if that meant you bringing it up on your own. I can't be tied down by a kid not at my age.
Well, you'd be free to do whatever you wanted. I thought I'd made that clear.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, you're not going to be able to have it for me, though, are you? I mean, it's me that's going to have to carry it around for 9 months, go through labour.
That is unavoidable, yes.
And I'm going to lose out financially as well, aren't I? I mean, I'm not going to be able to work.
But I can compensate you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's only fair. When you think about what I'm going to be going through.
Well, like I said, I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement.
Well, it's probably best if you pay me, like, a lump sum. Well, that way I wouldn't have to come to you cap in hand every time I needed anything.
Yes, of course. I'm sure we can work something out. We can iron out the details later on.
Well, it's probably best if we sort it out now. That way we all know where we stand. I reckon 20 grand should cover it.
Pardon?
How much?
Oh, well, it's not that much considering what I'm going to be going through. That's 9 months of my life I'm going to be losing out on, and not to mention my figure. You can't put a price on that.
You want £20,000 in return for carrying Roy's baby?
I think you're getting good value for money. I mean, it's up to you. If you don't want me to have this baby, well, then that's fine.
I never said that. No, I just need time to think about your proposition.
Fine by me. Well, you know where I am. But, don't think about it too long, eh? The appointment's at the clinic on Friday.
You know what makes me mad?
What?
The way she's using us. The way she's making you responsible for her decision as to whether to have an abortion or not. So she doesn't have to think about it. In a way, I'd have more respect for her if she was just brave enough to go off and do it, and that's that.
I don't think Tracy's that interested in gaining our respect.
Oh. No, she just wants your money.
I should tell her that I can't possibly agree to her demands.
You should have told her that last night.
Yes, I should. She could be on her way to the clinic right now.
She wouldn't. She'll want your answer first. She won't do anything until she knows what you want to do.
Laurie said I'd find you here. Oh, is there a problem? You haven't had second thoughts?
No, not exactly. No, I just wanted to thank you for talking to me. You were there when I needed you, and I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I take it you've spoken to Deirdre?
No, I don't want to worry her. Especially now it's pretty much sorted, or rather it will be by the end of the day. No, I was just hoping we could forget this whole thing.
If that's what you want.
Oh, thanks, I do. Thanks, Auntie Emily. So what's going on? Have you made a decision? Do you want this baby or not?
First of all, we want to register that we resent the way that you have shifted the moral imperative in this difficult decision to us.
I don't know what that means. And frankly, I don't care. All I want to know is, are you going to put your money where your mouth is?
No.
No.
We won't pay. But we will raise the child, we will provide for it, we will offer it all the love and care that we possibly can. You can rely on us to give it a good, stable and loving home.
And what about me?
Oh, you can see the baby as much as you want. That's up to you.
No, I mean, what about me having to do 9 months hard labour so you can play happy families?
Well, we'll try and be as supportive as we can.
Oh, hang on a minute. Let's rewind here. It's me that's carrying this baby, so I set the terms. The price is £20,000. That's the only kind of support I want from you. The price is non-negotiable.
Tracy, you know that's impossible.
Listen to me. I am not playing games. The appointment at the abortion clinic is booked for 3 o'clock. If you can come up with a first instalment of £5,000 by then, we've got a deal, okay?
But look, you can't just sell a child like that.
Do you think I wanted this to happen? Do you think I'm looking forward to my appointment at the clinic? I've got no choice. I'm carrying this baby, so I've got to do something. You're lucky. You've got a choice, but I am not going to sit around waiting. It's about time you took responsibility for your actions.
If we push the overdraft limit on the business account and the current account, we empty the savings account, thus losing a month's interest and incurring a penalty for not giving 30 days notice, we're likely to be around £500 short.
I could ask Mr. Baldwin for an advance on my wages.
What will you say the money's for?
I wouldn't.
What if he asks? He's bound to ask.
I don't know. I'd say it was for a personal matter. I'd ask him to trust me. Look, why don't you go down to the building society, take out our savings, and I'll go and see if I can catch up with Mr. Baldwin on his dinner hour and meet back here as soon as we can.
So we are going to do this. This isn't just a hypothetical gathering of our finances.
I don't know.
Tracy, we're ready for you now.
I'm not sure I'm ready.
Would you like to talk to someone?
No, well, not really. Can I have another couple of minutes? 5 minutes. It's a big decision.
Yeah, of course. That's fine.
You're late.
Okay, we got here as quickly as we could.
We haven't got all the money.
What do you mean you haven't got all the money?
That's all we've got.
How much is in there?
£4,873.50.
Is that a joke?
Look, we've reached our overdraft limit. We've emptied our savings account. We can get you the other £126.50 by Monday, possibly earlier, if we have a good weekend at the cafe.
Really? Well, how do I know I can trust you?
Oh, wait a minute. How do you know you can trust us? We're about to give you nearly £5,000 with no guarantee that we're going to get anything back from you at all. We don't even have any proof that you're pregnant.
Isn't this a good time to tell Ken and Deirdre about the baby?
No, definitely not.
They'll have to know sometime, especially now you're keeping it.
Well, there's no rush. We won't be showing for another couple of months.
Well, they'll have to take in all the implications.
Today isn't appropriate.
Why not? Have they any pressing engagements?
Oh, I have.
Tracy, we're back.
I'm still here.
Look, I'll leave you to it.
Hello, Emily.
Oh,
Did you want to see us?
No. Tracy and I would just...
Oh, well, listen, if it's something private.
Well...
No, not really.
Look, if it's girls' talk, I'll happily retreat to the front room and read the papers.
Yeah, he's got all that lot to get through. We could hardly carry him home.
Yeah, keeps me out of mischief.
Before you go in there, Dad, I've got something to say.
Well, in that case, I'll see you later.
No, don't rush off. It's nothing shameful.
Really, I'd rather...
No, stay where you are.
Something wrong?
Oh, look how suspicious you are.
Come on, Tracy, just tell us what it is.
I'm going on holiday. That's all. To the Caribbean for a fortnight. Well, I booked it yesterday and I got confirmation today. Fly off this afternoon. Lucky me.
You ask her. If I say anything, she'll bite me head off.
You whispering again?
Oh, your mother is, I'm not.
My mother normally speaks her mind.
Well, then I will.
What we were wondering, not without reason, is how you can afford to jet off on holiday.
Flights aren't expensive these days.
Well, flights to the Caribbean are, and at the height of season.
Once a travel agent, always a travel agent, eh?
Tracy, we just don't want you getting into debt.
There's no debt involved.
Even if you have booked a cheap flight, you're not going to be sleeping on the beach once you get there, are you?
No, I'm staying in a 4-star hotel.
With a sea view?
With a sea view.
A couple of weeks ago, you didn't have any money.
I made a mistake. Had some owing to me.
Where from?
From Robert. I'd forgotten about our joint savings account, so I cashed it in and he sent me half.
And you're spending it like this?
It's not a fortune, but it's enough for a medium-sized suntan.
Oh, might it have been more sensible to keep it till you need it?
I do need it. But everyone round here hates me. Now, the best thing I can do is go away. Relax. I need to keep my strength up. I can chew that over while I go and look for my passport.
She forgot about a joint savings account. Does she think we're daft?
Go on, Hayley.
Hi.
I'm sorry to disturb you.
No, oh, you're not disturbing us at all. In fact, we were wondering how you are.
We'll be fine. Look, Tracy's our daughter, but we'll never be able to understand her tricks.
We understand that.
It is Tracy we've come to see, actually.
There's not been more trouble, has there?
No, I just wanted to clear a few things up.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You've missed her. She left about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, what time will she be back?
Well, she won't.
What?
She's gone on holiday.
Taking herself off to the Caribbean for 2 weeks.
So, she won't be any more trouble to you there. Apparently, all she's going to do is lie on a beach.
Is this a holiday she'd already arranged?
No, she only told us about it a few minutes before she went.
Frankly, we don't know how she's going to be able to afford it. I mean, last week she was virtually penniless. Now she seems to have money to burn.
Every intention of burning it.
Well, thank you for his time.
Come on, Ray.
Won't you stay? I can put the kettle on.
No, we'll go now. Thank you. Goodbye. She's laughing at me again, Hayley. She's taken our money and run.
Oh, she's welcome to the money.
Oh, yes. But it was to help support her during the pregnancy, for food, for accommodation, for anything she needed to keep herself and the baby healthy.
Well, maybe she needed time in the sun.
I worked long and hard for that money. So did you.
To her, it's easy come, easy go.
She's without scruple.
Well, we knew that from the start.
Maybe she hasn't gone to the Caribbean. Maybe she went somewhere else.
You think she's having the abortion?
Well, she could do. She's got our money. She could go to a private clinic any time she wanted. She wouldn't even need to wait in a queue.
Have we paid £5,000 for that?
I don't know.
I think you're right, Roy. She's tricked us. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Right. What are we going to do?
Well, we can't do anything until we see her again.
Well, that's the question. Will we see her again?